So the Western Bulldogs are playing tomorrow night. Jamara Ugle-Hagan is playing tomorrow night. And the Western Bulldogs coach, who of course has been the story over the last week, spoke to the media.
You know, I've never been fitter, never felt healthier. I don't want to be construed about the soft cap stuff that I'm not getting the support. I get great support. Our people are doing an amazing job, our coaches and all our people. So we're going well internally, and I'm fine. Obviously, we put a statement out. I did something to camera, and I'd rather just leave it where it is, based on everything that's happened to him. And it's not going to. There's nothing to be gained by pouring any petrol on what's already happened.
Well, that's a ridiculous statement. To ring up someone and apologise is not pouring petrol on a situation. What happened to Tom Morris after that has got absolutely nothing to do with what Luke Beveridge did. But getting back to the first point, Ross, so Gillon McLachlan told the coaches last week when they all met, although Luke Beveridge wasn't there because he doesn't go to these meetings, he's won out from the coaches on that he tried to get half their salaries put outside the soft cap last year. 12 of the clubs rejected it. Interestingly, the Bulldogs agreed with the decision, and that would have meant they could have had more help around Luke Beveridge. Richmond agreed with it too, Collingwood, Sydney, a couple of other clubs. But he's addressed the issue of not having enough support. Now, I know there is serious doubts within the club about Luke, and not his ability to coach young men. He's a great coach, but his ability to cope with all that comes with being a senior AFL coach, including looking after young blokes in stress situations.
And I would add the role he's taken on at the Bulldogs. He went when they were in disarray, the captain wanted to leave, and he single-handedly, with strong administration, got the dynamic and strong and pride in that club and delivered. So he carries that with him still. I think it's time, you're right, to release some of the reins in that and just focus on what you're great at, coaching. Maybe do less media, let your assistants do a little bit more.
And he's an experienced coach. How are the younger coaches going?
Well, we haven't heard from Chris Grant, who clearly, I don't know why we haven't. I still think the club should have put out a statement at the start of last Thursday, not at the end of the day.
It's a great point, though. Chris Grant can't be MIA for... He's got to do some heavy lifting. He's head of football. When Balm was at Richmond, they alleviated the pressure on the coach, the CEO. Head of football, you've got to step up a bit and carry some of the heat and take the pressure off Luke and let him coach.
Also on that, though, Gill can't go there and suddenly take a vote where they voted out we're not going to change the soft cap, which was their idea, the AFL. They don't really.
Well, why
want
don't they make it optional? The clubs that want to, let them.
And
then we'll see who values their senior coach.
How about let the clubs actually be clubs again for 5 minutes? Everyone took that bitter pill during the COVID. Let them back and do whatever they need to do. You can't have clubs who are break dictating what's going on.
You dealt with a coach who was passionate and went over the top at times. The Mick Malthouse incident with the St Kilda Football Club being one. If the Coaches Association, I'm not saying this is a very strong and powerful body, but if your coach was one out and doing what Luke Beveridge is doing, would you have said something?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to put myself in that, but can I just say, I'll give you a direct answer, though. I remember Mick saying that the Coaches Association and the coaches' meetings were a waste of time. And I said, look, Mick, here's our rule at Collingwood. If there's a committee, we're on it. You've just got to be there. Part of being the coach is you've got to be there, and sometimes you've got to eat your Brussels sprouts before you eat your steak.
And it brings intel back to your club.
And you bring the intel, and we just need to know. And Mick went, you're right, and was there. He was the first one there the next meeting, and just got it, because it was driving him mad, but then he realised there was a greater good. You go, you've just got to sometimes, as I said, eat your Brussels sprouts and do the right thing by the club.
There are internal things going on at the club to try and fix it.
No, I think the great thing out of this all might be that Luke may not sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
Like if a selection gets out, don't worry about it, Luke. There's bigger things to worry about.
Sometimes you can have a blow-up like that and you can actually get yourself right.